Okay, I want us to all be really aware that as we go to roughen these forms for our hands, that this clay is really nicely prepared for us. And so I'm going to drop it on each of its edges just to kind of get it moving. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to cut this clay into a bunch of pieces and then try to jam it all together. I will teach you an exercise called wedging, which will allow you to put the clay all back together if you've got a bunch of scrap. But it can dry clay out. It can do a lot of things. So we really want to be conscious about how we use our clay here in the beginning so we can get started and not have to learn wedging right away. All right, you're going to be working with this red clay. It can cause a mess. If it does get on anything, the best thing to do is to let it dry out and then kind of flake it off whatever it got on, all right? So for this hand exercise, we're going to be roughing in the hand form. What does that mean? Well, it means we're going to get enough clay to make a couple of hands. So your hand is roughly at its thickest point about 3 fingers thick. So what I want you to do is I want you to make probably a mark in a little bit from one of these edges, and I want you to basically just cut this thing the long way. Straight down. All right. It gives you a nice big chunk of clay. You can see this thing? It's a big chunk of clay. Then I'm going to kind of push it on its ends a little bit, push it back into itself. All right. So we're going to do one of those. And we're going to do another one of those. All right. Okay, so you have these 2 things that are roughly the same size. This piece of clay is going to go back in the bag. And get all the air out. I'm going to Ziploc this up. Twist tie it up. Set these on a board. So I've got 2 blanks here so I can start thinking about my hand, all right?